Hey, we're the nintengeeks, and for our first video and first review, we're going to be reviewing the relatively new released game by Nintendo, Pokemon Platinum.
This will be good for those who Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
Because we're going to be comparing it to those games as a way to, well, compare it.
Well, if you got it off Nintendo.com or in certain retail stores, you might get this limited edition Pokemon doll thing.
Yeah, they say it's limited edition, but there's probably millions of them anyways. This review's kind of late. We know that, because a lot of people reviewed it on the first day. Probably many. I haven't really checked, but they obviously didn't get very far in the game because they did in the first day. So they've only played very much time in it, and they really didn't probably get the whole game down. We wanted to make a thorough review showing most of the good factors and bad things about the game. So that's why we're kind of late on it. We wanted to make a good review.
The game graphics, this is the rating. The game graphics, I'd rate it 3. I knew that it would be the same as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I didn't think they'd upgrade it to like PSP style, but...
If only. Yeah, the graphics, I'm kind of on the same page. They were the same as Diamond and Pearl, except for they added a couple new nifty things around the screen. Like, a couple things they updated was when you go into a town or a mountain or whatever, when you go into a place and that little thing pops down telling you where you are, that now has like a picture with the words inside of it. It's kind of entertaining for me, because it's like, what will the picture be, you know? So, also another thing I would like to talk about is the Wi-Fi. I found the Wi-Fi to be way more enhanced than before. First of all, the GTS building, it looks different now because it is bigger. I get lost in it. I think has 3 floors, I don't know. Now you can watch other people's videos of battles that they did. I think it's on Wi-Fi, I'm not sure, I haven't really did any Wi-Fi battles. And save your own Wi-Fi battles, if they are Wi-Fi battles. Also, you can, if you ever like do the competitions where you dress up your Pokemon and stuff, well, now in Wi-Fi, that you can look at people's how they dress their Pokemon up, and you can save your ways as well. So that can give you ideas if you really suck at that like I do.
Another thing they added is the Wi-Fi Plaza. It's where you meet around different people around, well, Wi-Fi. There's games there, like the chalkboard game. That was one I could get into. The other ones kept on booting us.
Yeah, we couldn't get into them. But overall, I think I'm going to rate Wi-Fi 4 stars. I mean, they did enhance it. Another thing they did enhance about the GTS, however, is how you find Pokemon. Now you can find also by country added onto everything else. This could be helpful, I suppose, in making sure you don't get Japanese-named Pokemon, because that's kind of annoying sometimes. So I rate Wi-Fi 4.
Same. I'm on the same page. Maybe a 3.5 to 4, but yeah.
It was frustrating that we could not get into the other games. A couple new features they've added. One, the little Poketech watch thingy. Well, on the touchscreen, now it has 2 buttons, and the 2 buttons, have you ever scrolled past the attachment you wanted? Now there's a forward button and a backward button. Also, a couple new things they've added. What else have they added to the game?
Well, they've also added, another thing about the gyms is now they're harder.
They are harder, and I would say about hardness, what would you say how hard it is out of 5 stars?
It's about 4. It was way more harder than Diamond and Pearl. They made those easy.
They were too easy, Diamond and Pearl. You actually had to train for the gyms in these games. Diamond and Pearl, I whizzed by them. This one I really didn't. I would rate it a 4 stars for hardness. Also, another thing that was a new feature was that
Wi-Fi parade.
Oh yes, the Wi-Fi parades. At the sometimes when you're in Wi-Fi, all these fireworks will be going off all around you. That means that Wi-Fi is closed. Now you can't get into the games. The games, when you walk up to them, will say they're closed. You can either just exit Wi-Fi normally, or go up to the top of your screen, all the way up, walking, and eventually you'll reach a place with these weird creatures, Pikachu's, random Pokemon that are parade floats. You get in line and you, well, pretty much ride on this thing outside, and then you appear outside of Wi-Fi.
Another thing is the storyline changed. At the starting when we were playing, we thought, is this just the same storyline?
When we got in, it kind of made us a little angry because your room was the same, your mom was the same, everything was the same, and I thought it was just going to be the same storyline. However, they did change a couple things. Bit of spoilers in this part, sorry for it, but you don't go to the lake at the starting.
You try to undo
to get your Pokemon, you try to go through the grass to get to the next town to find the professor, and the professor stops you and gives you a Pokemon. Also, there's this weird agent police guy, that detective walking around everywhere in different stages of the games trying to take down Team Galactic. It's kind of weird. Obviously, we're not that far in the game, so we don't know how the storyline played out. But I would say the storyline's okay in this game. My overall rating for this game would be 4 stars. I think it's a 4-star game.
4 stars, it's worth buying.
I would say it is worth buying if you're going to be... Well, I think its gaming experience is just a lot better. So I think, yeah, it's worth getting. Especially if you don't have Diamond or Pearl. But if you have Diamond or Pearl, you want to trade your Pokemon over, you have to trade them with 2 DSs. This could be a problem if you don't have any brothers or sisters or friends that have DSs, but usually people would. And so you can trade your Pokemon over. Trade them normally, though. That's kind of a little evil.
nintengeeks signing out.